What's going on, guys? Dan back here with the Regular Guy Garage. What I'm going to be doing today is getting the car prepped and ready to get down to the dyno, which we're going to be doing in this same video here in a little bit. All I'm going to do is change the oil, go over, kind of give it a once over, make sure there's no like loose nuts or bolts. I have a very tiny water, leak. It's not a leak, it's just seeping if you didn't see in the last video. So I want to make sure those bolts are tight. And then yeah, we'll get ready to get this thing dynoed. We're also going to do some racing in this video because I'm going racing before I get the car dynoed. And so yeah, so if you guys do notice, I do have a mustache. I normally don't have a mustache, but at my company we're doing a mustache growing competition, to bring awareness to men's health issues. I don't like to just kind of do something for no reason, so I'm gonna look for a charity to make a donation to as well, even if it's something small. But anyway, that is why for the next month you will get to see me with a glorious, probably terrible mustache. So I hope you guys enjoy that along with all the car content. Anyway, let me get the oil change really quick, and then we'll get ready for the dyno. What I use as far as oil on this, I use some Royal Purple 10W30, which this one's been sitting on the shelf at O'Reilly's for a hot minute. And then I just use the old tried and true Motorcraft filter. I know there's probably, I've used AMSOIL before. I've used, a few different oils that I know are good for, high performance. I don't even call this high performance. It's just, slightly modified. Well, just for documentary purposes, I'm not working today. I got this guy to do it for me, so I'll make sure he doesn't mess it up. Dragway, 8-mile track. My son wanted to come out and see some racing, so I said, why not? Let's see if we can sneak into that 750 range. There's not really many cars here, so we got the opportunity to basically just drive right up and go ahead and run. So that's what we're gonna do. Made some small adjustments to the car, a little bit of timing changes, a little bit of fuel changes. Should still run relatively close to what it always runs though. Okay, yeah, I just want to see. Yeah. Okay. All right, so the tree's not working, so we're just gonna make a hit and get some data. All right, guys, so we took the car racing the other day, went down the 8th mile track down at Thunder Valley again. Didn't really do anything personal best-wise. I got the time slip in there somewhere. We went like a 780, I think. Mile an hour was still there, though, 91 miles an hour. You know, it was really, really cold, and I wasn't really heating the tires up long enough. You know, still learning the car and stuff, so, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. But anyway, I had all intentions on showing you guys the dyno video, which I have a dyno sheet, and I'll go ahead and show you that. But what ended up happening while the car was on the dyno was it blew a hose off of the front of the engine. Antifreeze was going everywhere, and so I think we're kind of pinpointing what's going on with this coolant issue that we're having. And there's got to be something is essentially going on. I've been having really high intake air temperatures. Plus the coolant temperature rises really quick. It goes from, it could be dead cold 80, and within a minute and a half, it's at like 140. And, then once it gets up over 200, it just never comes down. So anyway, let's go over let me show you the dyno graph really quick. Somewhat disappointed because the car really didn't make that much power, but at the end of the day, the dyno number doesn't matter because we still got that 1199 on this setup at the track. So here's what the car ended up making. It did 307 horsepower, and I think it was like little over 5,500, and 316 foot-pounds of torque, which, I mean, the torque seems to come up relatively quick, and then kind of, we got that little bump there in the middle. The car feels like it really pulls out past 6,000. I mean, obviously with that heater hose blowing off, we weren't going to push it. They kind of called me and were like, hey, we really don't want to put it back on the dyno. And I was like, no, don't put it back on the dyno because, one, I don't want to cause a huge mess like you guys already had. And then, two, if something really is wrong, I don't want to break anything either. So, and then the tune itself. So the guys down there at Competition Auto, I have what looks like a very solid base tune for the car. So I will save this and basically have this as the master conservative tune log, and now I can build off of this. So what we're gonna do is, I was gonna pull the whole engine out, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the heads off. See if I can see, we're kind of leaning towards head gasket. So, we're gonna see if that is an issue with the car. And I don't think I installed anything wrong. I went back through some of my old videos to watch. Nothing looks like it was installed incorrectly, but I mean, who knows? Something could have happened. Something, what it is what it is. I'm gonna pull the heads off, give it a once over, and then I mean, something's definitely going on. I've never had an engine. The 347 I had to put a higher thermostat in that because the temperature just would not come up. And then with this car, the temperature comes up quick and then it stays up and it continues to creep up. The fans should hold it. I got a good radiator on the car, good water pump on the car now. Like, it should not get this hot. And then even intake air temperatures up over 190. So something has to be going on. So I'm going to pull the heads off. We'll get a better look at it. And then, we'll just go from there. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. Got a little bit of racing content, missed the dyno content, but at least, we got those numbers. If you do like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, follow along. We got a long way to go with this car. It's kind of in a relatively infant stage at the moment. This is not going to be where it stands. It's going to end up being a turbo car and hopefully a 9-second car here within this, this next spring. But if you haven't checked out, if you're new, check out the playlist for the car. As always, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.